Okay, so I have a special guest on my channel today. I have Dilhani Dodangoda from Daakor, the owner of Daakor Interior Design, and I was absolutely blown away. We were just chatting about her company and what she does, and yeah, just introduce yourself a little bit and tell me a little bit about Daakor.
Sure. So my name is Delaney, as you said. Um, I spent 18 plus years in corporate world working in business and technology consulting, and I especially worked on process optimization, so using technology, and design was my outlet. It was my stress relief. So I got really good at it, designing my home and then doing the homes of friends and family, and eventually decided to jump into creating my own design company because a lot of people came to me with all these issues that they had with decorating their homes. So one was that they just didn't have the time, they didn't know what to buy or where to get it from. Um, and the traditional interior designers just felt intimidating to a lot of people. So um, I kept getting requests to help. And so it just made sense to start a business around this. And that's kind of how Daakor was born. And Daakor is an online interior design company. So we prioritize online or remote design help first. We also do a little bit of in person depending on the client. But really, our process, because I come from that process and technology optimization background, I looked at how can I bring that expertise into getting your home furnished and decorated easily. And that's really where the company came from.
That was funny because just a few minutes ago you were showing me the back end of the user experience using your online platform. I was absolutely blown away. It's so interactive. I would feel like if I was to hire you, that I would be a part of the whole journey. I can choose what I like, my style, the colors I like. I can keep the different items that I have in my space that I want to keep, whether it be a rug or a lamp or a desk or that sort of thing. I can still include that, but still lean on your company to design what I'm envisioning in my head. I love that online experience. I thought it was very interactive and super easy to use too.
And that was really important to me, right? Because we're not the company if you want someone else's style. So, for example, if you want the designer's style in your own home, we're not the company for you. If you want your style, then that's what you want to come to us for because we make a big point of understanding what you like and reflecting that in your home because your home is the best reflection of you, right? So, our process, our technology, everything's built around customization and personalization.
Yeah, and that kind of leads me to the next couple questions that I have. I think the first one is, and I think you're answering that as we go through, but maybe get a better understanding is what makes Decor different from like a traditional interior design service.
I think the biggest difference is we're an online process, right? So everything is done online from the point where you start the project. So let's say you set up a call with us and you want to move forward with getting a space done. Then everything from your design brief to the shopping list you get at the end, all of that is online. So that's one of the, I think being online is one of the big differences. And then also personalization, right? So everything that we create is personalized to you. It's almost like I like to say like hyper personalized to you because we get to know you that well. It's so much so that a lot of our repeated clients don't even bother filling out those sections in our design brief because they know that we already know what they like. And one of the things that we do sometimes is that we'll actually go and curate a Pinterest board just to show them that we understand them.
Oh, yeah, I saw that link on there too, which is kind of cool. Awesome. And so, from what I'm understanding, your services are kind of designed for busy homeowners that don't have a lot of time, but definitely are interested in, freshening up their space. What are some of the challenges that you think your typical clients face when it comes to decorating their space?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think the biggest challenge that our clients face is time. A lot of them don't, they're just busy people. They have busy careers, busy family life. So not having the time to figure out they might be, just moving into a new home or finishing off a renovation and looking to furnish their space. They just don't have the time to figure out, okay, what do I need in my space and where do I get it from? So that's like the biggest issue that I think people have. The second is, I think just as big is, there are lots of inspiration out there on Pinterest and Instagram and TikTok, but it's also overwhelming at the same time, because how do you take that and put it into your own space? Because you don't have the same exact space as what you see on those inspirational images. And you may not have the same needs in terms of the functionality. Your functionality might be different, right? How you need your space to function. So trying to take an inspirational image and trying to put it into your own home can be really overwhelming. And a lot of our clients just don't know where to start.
Excellent. Good answer. And so, a lot of people may think, interior design, oh my God, it's too expensive. There's no way I can afford this. Talk to us a little bit about how you're different in that respect.
Yeah, so we don't ask for like a $200,000 budget. That's
Mhm.
not our minimum budget. Our minimum budget is $2,500. So it makes it a lot more accessible to a lot more people.
Mhm.
And whatever your budget is will work with you, because to me, like, yeah, I understand how much you spend on your furnishings is the most important thing, right? It it's probably the most nerve-wracking conversation that clients have with us.
Mhm.
So we keep that in mind, and it's a two-way conversation. We always ask questions about that and there's feedback that goes back and forth, and we're open to whatever um, your concerns are. And really, our goal is to give you what your vision is within your budget. We don't want you to be financially stretched at the end of it, because then you're not going to enjoy your space. You're just going to be stressed out. And your home shouldn't be a place that stresses you out. So it's really, we work with whatever your budget is, and we figure out solutions. And if it means, sometimes we've had clients where we worked out, here's, your budget is this, but really you're going to need this much money to furnish your space. Let's space it out over a number of years, because that's what you need to do. Or, Dwayne, we sometimes say, talk to a mortgage agent, or see if there's another way you can refinance to be able to afford your renovation. So there
Yeah.
are options, and it's a partnership. That's how we approach this.
Yeah, and absolutely. I think many times when I'm doing a refinance, there's lots of reasons why they do it, but a lot of times they're going to do it because they're doing renos, and they don't want to impact their cash flow too much. But they're looking at their house. They've been there for 8 years. It's looking a little stale, and they want to make some changes. Like I know with my house, we've blown out the kitchen, made an open concept. We spent a bit of money to do it, but then after it was done, we're like, oh, that furniture looks horrible in there, and that picture on the wall doesn't match anymore. And we get to sound treat this a little bit, because now there's a lot of echoing, and I hear everybody opening doors, and so my wife and I didn't know what to do. So I love the fact that you can turn to someone like you and say, hey, what do I do with this space? Here's my wife loves reds, she likes grays, and she, likes to have like a wall that's a feature wall with a feature color and some contrast in there. But that's what we like. But how do we put it all together? And I love that you have a service that can do that, and it's definitely affordable from what I've seen so far. That's cool. You don't have to have a big budget, right? Which I like.
No.
Question for you. So this probably comes up a lot. When it comes to helping homeowners, what are some costly mistakes they sometimes make without using an interior decorator or designer?
Yeah. So it depends on the type of renovation or decorating activity they take on. So it could be something from picking a certain type of tile to, let's say, a living room. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people start buying furniture without really thinking about how they're going to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So buying a sectional that can't fit in your living room in a way that allows you to move around easily that happens a lot. So not thinking about functionality and just starting to buy furniture because you feel like there's like this checklist of I need this, I need a sofa, I need a coffee table, I need a couple of accent chairs, and they just start buying furniture.
Hmm.
So I always say come up with a plan first. You should ideally have a floor plan that tells you what's possible in your space, and to make sure that floor plan, the items that you have in the floor plan actually functions in a way that you need it to.
So, Dilhani, I've got another question for you. And I do work with a lot of realtors and I work with home purchasers that and buyers that are, whether their first time or it's their second home, typically that second, third home, that's their forever home. And they have in their mind already, this is exactly what I want. Do you ever work with clients in that stage of the home buying process? So once they purchase the house, they've got the offer in and now they're closing in like 90 days. Do you ever work with clients to get their house set up and designed so it's move-in ready?
Absolutely. So we get a lot of clients that are in that situation where they're closing in 60 days and they're like, they have a vision for how they want that space to be. So whatever, they felt as they walked in with the realtor, they imagined this space and looking a certain way or functioning a certain way. And now they need to get it to that place in 60 days or 90 days. So that's a great time to reach out to us because we can actually create a design. It only takes 4 to 6 weeks for us to come up with a design and your shopping list, right? So
Nice.
it makes it completely doable for you to have that your home fully furnished in a matter of months or weeks with this process.
I love it. I'll let my realtors know about you for sure. So, just before we jumped on to this interview, you were showing me the back end, and I was really interested in see what it would be like from a user experience. Any chance you could show that to the viewers?
Sure. We can do a quick look at so I call it the back end because it's not something you see when you go onto our website, but if you become a client, you're definitely going to be seeing this interface. So
Cool.
let me pop it up on this screen and take you through. So this is what our platform looks like. Well, this is a little bit of what our platform looks like. So if you started a project with us, you would see this screen, and you'd be asked to complete the design brief here. So there's 4 separate sections that we go through. So we ask for you to fill out um, provide some answers to these questions, like what kind of design help are you looking for? And you're always given multiple choices like this. And you can tell us what you're looking to have done in this space. So in this particular case, this client wanted a lot of seating and the wow factor. I think this is an entryway, a foyer. So you can tell us what your budget is. And then the next section talks about design preferences. So if you had specific colors that you wanted, it gives you the option to choose from different color families. You can share pictures you like with us, or you can actually pick from the pictures that we have. And you can also share Pinterest links or any other links to inspirational images that you have. And we also have a section where you can upload images of your space so that we know what it looks like. This actually helps us understand your space, and then we sort of build our own version of your space
Hmm.
when we design.
I love
So
it.
you can see a bunch of pictures here. You can upload pictures of items that you want to reuse in that space in a new design. And then the final thing we ask from you is the dimensions, obviously, the important
Hmm.
part of the design. So the way we do it is by each wall in the space. And that's because we learned that not every room is 4 walls. So we do it this way. And the very last thing we ask for is a floor plan. So it doesn't have to be computer generated or anything official. It can be literally drawn on a piece of paper and uploaded, which is what a lot of our clients do. So
Hmm.
nothing even this fancy.
Yeah, I'm just
And
envisioning in my mind. Okay, so my wife and I, in less than 5 to 10 minutes, we actually could go through this whole process. Like, take pictures, get the measuring tape out, grab a piece of paper and a pencil, draw it all out, measure, put it in there. go on to, because we've probably already done this already, right? My wife does this all the time. Is she's on her phone looking at things that she likes, and she takes screenshots of it, and wow, just uploading that to you, I don't think it would take much time at all.
No, I think the biggest thing that takes the most time for or causes stress for our clients is creating the Pinterest board.
Mhm.
Um, I think that's probably the hardest thing for a lot of people, and even that we make it easy. So, for example, sometimes we get clients who don't really know what their design style is, and we'll actually curate a Pinterest board for them
Oh,
and go
cool.
through it with them, so that we can understand what their design style is. But of course, we also get some clients that have already got like 5 Pinterest boards for one room. So, so we get that whole spectrum of people that are prepared to different levels of readiness.
I love it. So I do appreciate everything, and I appreciate you taking me through all of this. Maybe talk a little bit about if I'm interested in your services and I want to reach out, what's the first thing to do?
So the first thing to do is to set up a call with me. You can find the link on our website to set up a call.
Hmm.
And in that call, we'll talk about whether we are able to help you or not. And if we can't help you, we'll point you to some resources. And if we can help you, then we'll tell you what those next steps are.
That's awesome. Okay, so I'll provide all of that in the description notes in the video down below, so you can reach out and set up an appointment. But hey, I appreciate you talking to me about this. I always get a lot of clients that ask me, Dwayne, do you know anybody that does this stuff? And I'm glad I met you because I really love the whole process. I love the being able to be involved in the whole experience, and the user experience online is I've never seen that before, so it's pretty cool.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate this, and I'm so glad we met as well. And I love what I do. There's a reason why I chose to jump from where I was to doing this is because I think this is my calling. Not that I think, I know this is my calling, and um, just being able to help our clients get the most of this biggest investment that they make in their life,
Mhm.
that is the most rewarding thing.
Yeah, so true. And that's the same on my end. Like I in my career, I was always asking people for money in sales and that sort of thing. And now people come to me for money. But I think the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life is helping someone buy their dream home. That is, there's no better feeling in the world. And you're helping them design it so that it's exactly how they want to live
It's,
in it. So
when you
cool.
say dream home, like they already have a vision of what that is, right?
Mhm.
It's not just four walls and, a floor and a ceiling. So it's really about how they're going to use it and what it looks like, and being that, being proud of that space and having family over, friends over, and really enjoying and sharing that space. And that's really what I want to enable.
That's awesome. Thanks again. And we'll be talking to you soon.
All right. Thanks so much, Dwayne.
Bye.